Hey geometry folks, it's time for video number 47, multiplying binomials. We've made it to the top of the mountain. This is the ultimate in the square root problems. So once you get the hang of this, you should feel good because you've made it. Let's start with a little bit of review. So we've done this kind of problem before. We want to multiply these expressions. There's actually four things being multiplied in the first thing. We have a 3, a square root of 2, a 4, and a square root of 6. We can multiply the whole number of parts first. Since it's all multiplication, we can multiply it any order we want. 3 times 4 is 12. And then square root of 2 times square root of 6 is square root of 12. And that's true, but we can simplify it a little bit. So we can always look. If we can simplify a square root, we do. So we can break this up into 4 and 3. It's good to be old news now. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 12 is 24. So it's 24 times the square root of 3. Let's do this one. 2 times 6 is 12. 5 times 15 is 75. Again, this is not wrong, but we can simplify. It's 12 square root of 25 times square root of 3. That's 5. 5 times 12 is 60. Square root of 3. Okay, let's do this one. Again, four things being multiplied. Doesn't matter that we have a negative. Negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. 8 times 5 is 40, so we have square root of 40. And let me see, 40 we can simplify. If we couldn't simplify square root of 40, we'd be done, but we can. So let's do it. Square root of 4 times square root of 10, that's 2. 2 times negative 30 is negative 60, square root of 10. Now, this you should look at, and it looks worse than this, but square root of 8 times square root of 8, you should immediately say that's equal to 8. Why? Because that's what square root of 8 is. Square root of 8 is the number that when you multiply it by itself, you get 8. That's what square root of 8 means. But if you forgot, you can kind of just go through what we were doing. That'd be square root of 64. That's a perfect square, and it's just 8. Well, hopefully you can just kind of recognize that right away when that comes up. All right, here we go. Now, this is something from algebra, multiplying binomials. A binomial is an expression with two terms. This in part A, we have x plus 6, that's a binomial, times x plus 2. We're going to learn some shortcuts later, but I want to remind you of the box method. This is a kind of a method that's often shown how to multiply these things. We're going to make a box whose width is x plus 6. And I'll make this x and this 6. Total width is x plus 6. And we're going to make the length x plus 2. Okay, so x plus 6 times x plus 2 is the width times the length is the area of the box. And the way this works is we're going to find the area of the little boxes and add them up. That should give us the same thing. So it's kind of like computing the area two ways. This is one, what we started with is one expression for area, and then when we add up these pieces, we get another. 6 times 2 is 12. Now when I combine these, I'll get the total area, x squared plus. We can put those two together, 8x plus 12. X plus 6 times x plus 2 is equal to x squared plus 8x plus 12. All right, let's do this one. We'll make a box. It's a 2 by 2 box. So we're multiplying two binomials, x minus 4, x, and 7. X times x is x squared. X times 7 is 7x. So we multiply, find the area of the little boxes, then add them to find the total. These two things are like terms. So x squared plus 3x minus 28. Okay, here we go. So it's a little bit more complicated, but we're going to handle it the same way. Here's our box. This is 2x and 7. This is 4x minus 9. 2 times 4 is 8. X times x is x squared. 2x times negative 9 is negative 18x. 7 times 4x is 28x. And 7 times negative 9 is negative 63. So when we add them up, we get 8x squared. 28 minus 18 is plus 10x. And then minus 63. There we go. That's what we get when we multiply those two binomials. Well, I think you did this last year, so I'm hoping so. If not, we'll go over it. So this year, with square roots, we're going to do it now with x, but with square roots in here. So it's going to kind of work the same way. But these take a few steps. So we're going to draw our box. Here we go. And like I said, we'll learn a shortcut later. This is 5 times square root of 7, and this is 3. I'm sorry, 5 plus square root of 7 times 3 plus square root of 7. 5 times 3, that's 15. 5 times square root of 7, there's not much I can do with it. That's just 5 square root of 7. Square root of 7 times 3, well, we always put the whole number part first. And here we go. Square root of 7 times square root of 7 goes here. Square root of 7 times square root of 7 is just 7. So that's 7. Now, we found the area of each little box. We add them up to find the total area. So 15 plus 7 is 22. Plus 5 square root of 7 plus 3 square root of 7 is 8 square root of 7. Got a lot of things to kind of keep straight there. So this takes a little bit of practice. Okay, let's do this one. Make our box. We have 6 minus square root of 2 times 4 plus the square root of 2. I just meant square root of 2. Okay, that's 24. 6 square root of 2. This is minus 4 square root of 2. And here we go. Minus square root of 2. Sometimes I like to do this one on the side. Times square root of 2 is going to be minus square root of 2 times square root of 2 is just 2. Okay, let's combine like terms. 24 minus 2 is 22. Wow, 22 again. 6 square root of 2 plus a negative 4 square root of 2 is plus 2 square root of 2. Man, all those 2's. All right, we're almost there. Let's do 2 more examples. Okay, these are a little bit more complicated. I lost my pen here. There we go. All right, so let's draw a big box. Yeah, 4, 2 square root of 3, 5 minus 5 square root of 3. Okay, 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20 square root of 3. And 5 times 2 is 10 times square root of 3. Okay, this is like the first slide. We got 2 square root of 3 times negative 5 square root of 3. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. And square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9. But all of that is just negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. Okay, so let's combine like terms. We got 20 and a negative 30. That's negative 10. We have 10 square root of 3 minus 20 square root of 3 is minus 10 square root of 3. Wow. Okay, I'm back. Something weird happened with the PowerPoint. Let's finish this last example. So we were almost done. Wow, this is kind of a goofy box. All right, that's really pathetic, but here we can use it. 10, 3 square root of 8, the top 7, and then minus 9 square root of 2. Okay, that's 70. 3 times 7 is 21, so it's 21 square root of 8. 10 times negative 9 is negative 90. That's the square root of 2. This one's the toughie. 3 times 9 is negative 27. And square root of 8 times square root of 2 is square root of 16. We're going to be able to do some simplification. So square root of 16 is 4. 4 times negative 27 is negative 108. So this is negative 108 here. How about this one? Square root of 8 there can be simplified. That's this is equal to 21 times square root of 4 times square root of 2. That's 2 times 21 is 42 square root of 2. Okay, let's put together what we have. We have 70 and minus 108. So this was really kind of complicated. This is negative 38 We have negative 90 square root of 2 plus a positive 42 square root of 2. I think that's minus 48 square root of 2. Wow. Okay, we survived it. It won't be so bad. We'll get the hang of this. This is the last thing for us to do. Okay, so here's the journal assignment. The first four are kind of like the first slide, where it's all multiplication. So just remember, after you multiply the square roots, see if you can simplify them. The last two aren't as bad as the last problem. They're problems where you're going to draw a box and multiply binomials. Okay, good luck with that. See you in class.